Hey, what is going on, rich homies? Thank you for clicking on the video. What's up, rich homies? Thank you. Hey, what's up, rich homies?
P.S.
Hey, what is going on, rich homies?
There's some rich homies right there.
Why do you call everyone your rich homie? I'm really looking forward to answering this question. I actually remember this story vividly. It was 2 summers ago, and I'll put a picture of the night right here if that tells you anything about it. We were on our way to the bar, and the driver, being the good driver that he is, was like, what do you guys want to listen to? And everyone was going back and forth, and I was just like, Rich Homie Quan, and everyone just starts laughing. They're like, "Who is Rich Homie Quan?" At this time, his first single, "Some Type of Way," just came out, and no one had even heard of him. But I loved his music.
Would you let Rich Homie Quan come and record here? Tell him I got a YouTube channel. You not like Rich Homie?
He's alright, man. It's just so random.
And that night, everyone just started calling me Rich Homie because they thought it was funny that I wanted to listen to this guy. But lo and behold, he came out with some pretty awesome music, if I do say so myself. And so after that, it was one of those things that just kind of stuck, you know? So I just started calling everybody Rich Homie, and then it kind of went on from there. And it just kind of made sense because all my homies are rich in some kind of way. Maybe they're not all financially rich, but they're rich in something, you know? You always seem so calm and happy all the time. Well, thank you. Do you ever get mad about anything? Well, of course. I'm just like you guys. I have my hot buttons. So I'd say one of them is incompetence. Most of us have one job. It blows my mind when people cannot do their one job. Either quit, find something that you can do, or learn to do it. It is not that difficult. I'm not asking you to put a man on the moon unless that's your job. Anyway, number 2 is wasting time. You can waste your own time, but don't waste my time, especially piddlers, people that just like lollygag around and just don't get anything accomplished. It drives me absolutely nuts. It is one thing that just agitates me too. Like, I get visibly disturbed. I just cannot handle it. Let's see, there's got to be something else. I can't believe I forgot this one. This might be number 1. People that are helpless. I have absolutely no time, no patience for people that do not want to help themselves. I'm more than willing to assist people that are actively working to better their lives or get better at something that they're struggling with. But if you're not willing to put the time and effort in yourself, I want nothing to do with you. Especially, I feel like this day and age, this generation, everyone's looking for a handout. They're looking for something to be given to them. And that's just, I'm not about that life. Amanda Buji versus Nikki Blackketter. What are we talking about? Are we talking about a game of basketball? Are we talking about a fist fight? We're talking about, I don't know what, I'm guessing you're probably talking along the lines of YouTube. Now, you know that no one in these Q&As are going to answer that question, picking one person over another, except for me, because I don't like political correctness and I don't like when people avoid questions. So, I mean, YouTube-wise, I would say, I don't know that I've ever watched like one of Nikki's videos, but I do watch all of Amanda's. I think they're really good, especially for a female channel, which I think there's like a dichotomy there because it's hard for males to really relate with females and vice versa, but she just has some very relatable content for everyone, in my opinion. And if you're talking about, which maybe you were talking about looks, and for me, it's always going to be brunette or blonde for the most part. I'm sorry for you blondes out there. I love you guys too, but anyway, let's move on to the next question. Just so you guys know, I'm still getting my steps in 10,000 every single day since I got this thing. I think maybe missed one day, but I had a lot of stuff going on. That's an excuse. That's a terrible excuse, but it's just what it is. I got a big old box over here.
Is our focus on the potential return from our investments.
Okay, let's rapid fire a few off very quickly that I get in almost every single video. Age is 27, weight is about 869 pounds, and height is 5'9". Religion, I try my best to live by Christian morals. Am I gay? No. Why don't I have a girlfriend? I could give you a very honest answer on that, and if this video gets 3,000 likes, I will do just that, and leave a comment down below if you want me to go into that. What else? Favorite quote?
30% link in description.
No one actually asked me that, but I couldn't think of any other way for product placement in this video. I like this one. Hillary Clinton or Donald Trump? They're both idiots. It doesn't matter. I don't care who's the president. It's not going to change me from doing what I want to do, so it's irrelevant. Ah, man, these would have been perfect for product placement. Favorite PES Select protein flavor. So if I'm drinking it, peanut butter cup and the cupcake flavor, the chocolates are just so good. But if I'm making oatmeal, I love using vanilla and snickerdoodle.
My hands out the cookie jar. You see, I got this this problem. I need help trying to solve it, cause meeting after meeting and I'm still a cookie hog.
I'm actually in the middle of shooting a food challenge right now, but I wanted to taste test this for you because I just learned that McDonald's has chocolate chip cookies.
I wanna be faithful, but I can't keep my hands out the cookie jar.
I can definitely confirm that they're pretty awesome. What is the best cookie you have ever had? It's funny, I've actually gotten this question quite a few times, believe it or not, and I've always avoided it because it's a bit of an interesting answer, but for this video, we might as well just go in. So, I used to date this girl, and she made the most fantastic cookie of all time. I mean, this thing was perfect in my opinion. I think that's where my love for chocolate chip cookies really began. But the thing about that answer is, who wants to give their ex credit, right? That's not a cool answer. That's not like macho. So let's, and hopefully, I mean, I'm guessing you guys are asking because you want to go try them. So I don't want to anyway, the best cookie that you guys can probably get, let's think. Well, honestly, do Pazookies count? Because everyone's got a BJ's around them. At least most people do. Pazookies. The best grocery store cookie? No. Gas station cookies. If you have a Speedway by you or UDF, you would not be disappointed.
Monster for these cookies, I'm a beast. For they trees are animal. For they crackers, head to feet, they so sweet.
So, it's like 50 degrees outside, but I cannot handle this. Travis, thank you for telling us about your struggle. I found it very relatable because I have been struggling lately, just to be 100% honest with you. Is there anything else that you struggle with that you have not yet made public? Well, one thing I'm struggling with right now is getting these 10,000 steps in while it's freezing cold outside, but I'm guessing you want something with a little bit more substance. So one thing I've always struggled with my entire life is verbal communication, which is the main reason that I started this YouTube channel. And I will say it's definitely helped. I've come a long way, not nearly where I want to be. But with that, one thing, when I was 19 years old, freshman in college, I still remember, I just walked into my apartment one day. I had this epiphany at the Windsor apartment complex. And I was like, you know what? I am going to stop cussing. And this is another thing I've not done completely, but I've gotten a little bit better at. And it's not, I didn't want to stop cussing because I felt like I was better than people or I was just too good. It's one of those things. Actually, I was talking to a teacher in high school once, Mr. Tincher. I love this guy, bald head, I'll never forget him, man. But he was telling me, you know, when you cuss a lot, it kind of, it gives off the image of a lack of intelligence. And I would say maybe, and not in all cases at all, but for me, what I was doing is I was using cussing as a coping mechanism because I couldn't articulate what I was trying to say. I would get in the middle of a sentence, I would stumble on my words, I would get nervous, and I would just use cussing as filler words. So it kind of made me appear as if, like, you know, what is this guy talking about? So I thought that it would be in my best interest to replace those words with meaningful words that actually meant something. So that has been a huge struggle for me. Like I said, I've come a long way, but I still haven't gotten rid of them completely. And it's not, I think when I'm like emotional, I'm okay with it. You know, if I get pissed off about something and some words fly, that's because they mean something. But if I was just in the middle of a sentence, I'm like, oh, this is effing cool. I'm like, what does that even mean, right? So.
You got space, tat it up, tat it up, tat it up. First off, yeah, I'm tatted up in my
Were you worried about making your tattoos public in fear of being fired from your job? Fired over my tattoos? No. Can't say the thought has ever crossed my mind really, but that would make a great video title. Now, I think tattoos and like the image that they're bad is kind of a thing of the past. It's kind of an old school way of thinking in my opinion, but obviously some people will have different thoughts about them. One thing you should always consider, this was something that was told to me even before I got tattoos, is no one is going to care if you don't have tattoos, but some people might care if you do have tattoos. And actually, I remember reading a book back in the day, I think it was like by Bill O'Reilly, who said he would never hire someone with a tattoo. But I mean, other than extreme circumstances, and 90% of you guys wouldn't want to work for Bill O'Reilly anyway. And I can't say I would really want to work for anyone that didn't want to hire anyone just because of tattoos. The other tattoo questions I've gotten, do they really hurt that bad? Nah, not really. I mean, the one down the rib cage was a little bit painful, but the pain isn't that bad. I'm not trying to encourage you guys to go out and get tattoos. But my advice for tattoos in general is be very, very selective. Don't get in this mode where you're like, I need a tattoo, and go looking for things to get. If something is that important to you to be on your body for the rest of your life, you will not have to go looking for it. That is my advice. But I think I'm going to end the video on that note. So hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Tell me what you think about the Q&As. Sometimes I think they get a little bit redundant if you do them too often, so I try to go, once or twice, or once every other month or so. So please give the video a like if you did enjoy it, and thank you guys so much for taking the time out of your day to watch. You could have been doing anything, anything in the entire world, seriously, and you decided to spend a few minutes with me. That is incredible. I look forward to talking to you guys next time.